Beloved soul, feel the atmosphere shift around you for a moment, as if creation itself has paused to watch you breathe. Something ancient has been hovering at the edge of your spirit since the first light touched the sky, calling you by name, urging you to awaken. You did not arrive here by wandering, you were drawn. Heaven has traced every step that led you to this moment, pressing against your heart with a quiet urgency, refusing to let you overlook what is unfolding now. And as you sit in this sacred pause, the veil trembles, because the truth approaching you carries force, carries fire, carries a destiny-shaking revelation that has waited too long to be heard. Chosen one, hear this with the deepest part of you. God has been calling your name through dreams, through restlessness, through that holy ache you couldn't explain. Not anxiety, not overthinking, a spiritual awakening pulling you into alignment with the divine purpose written over your life before the foundations of time. You have stepped into a moment where heaven refuses to let you sleep through your destiny any longer. There has been a stirring in the invisible, a rearranging in the atmosphere, a shift so strong that even the angels have been watching you with anticipation. You have felt it as tension, as pressure, as a heaviness you couldn't describe. But beloved, what you call heaviness is actually abundance forming inside you, the kind that lifts you into a new realm of personal transformation, emotional healing, and spiritual elevation. Heaven is not trying to warn you. Heaven is trying to wake you. Pause now. Feel that trembling inside. That is the Holy Spirit tracing the edges of a new chapter over your life. And the Lord is whispering, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" Isaiah 43:19. This is not poetry. This is prophecy manifesting in real time. Something is shifting in your destiny alignment, pulling you toward financial stability, clarity, peace, and the kind of wealth mindset that lifts your entire life trajectory. Beloved, for days heaven has been trying to get this message to you. Doors closing, sleep disrupted, strange moments of stillness wrapping around your spirit. You thought it was stress, but it was strategy. God has been clearing space around you because the revelation you are about to receive cannot coexist with the limitations of your old season. And before we go deeper, stay with me for this. Around this moment in the message, I ask you gently, subscribe, like, and share. Not for numbers, not for vanity, but because every time a chosen one connects with this space, the word travels further, reaching someone who is praying tonight for the sign you just received. When you engage, you become part of that divine ripple. Now breathe, chosen one. A greater unveiling waits ahead. Chosen one, feel this truth rise through you like a tide that refuses to retreat. For too long, you have carried questions that had no language, or weight that had no source, and a restlessness that felt like your spirit pacing behind the bars of an invisible cage. What you did not know is that heaven has been tightening the atmosphere around your life, not to suffocate you, but to break open everything that has tried to restrain your calling. You have stepped into a moment where God Himself is refusing to let you sleep through the shift that belongs to you. There is a reason your nights have been unsettled, a reason your thoughts have been louder than usual, a reason your spirit has been waking you when the world is still dark. You thought it was exhaustion, but beloved, it was invitation. A summons from realms that recognize your name more clearly than you recognize your own reflection. When heaven begins aligning a destiny, it often begins by disturbing comfort, shaking loose anything that dulls your discernment, pulling you toward the revelation that your life is not stuck. It is being recalibrated. Hear this, the pressure around you is not punishment. It is construction, the divine kind. God has been fortifying the walls of your spirit because what is coming requires a vessel strengthened by truth, not weakened by fear. You have been chosen for a breakthrough season that will not resemble anything you have walked through before. and the signs have already begun appearing around you in subtle flashes. Sudden clarity, abrupt endings, unexpected silence, the feeling that something is approaching even if you cannot name it yet. That tug inside your chest is destiny, alignment unfolding. The quiet shift in your desires is spiritual awakening taking root. The longing you cannot explain is your soul remembering the blueprint heaven designed before you took your first breath. You are not being unraveled, you are being awakened. And beloved, I must tell you this. The reason certain doors have refused to open for you is because God was safeguarding you from stepping into rooms that would have drained the abundance He is preparing to pour into your life. The delay was not denial, it was divine interception. Had you walked into some opportunities earlier, they would have consumed you. But now, heaven is positioning you for financial stability, emotional healing, and a rise into the version of yourself that was always meant to walk in authority. There is a story heaven keeps drawing me to on your behalf. Joseph, sold, betrayed, misunderstood, forgotten by those he helped. Everything in his life looked like loss, like delay, like punishment. But all along, God was positioning him for elevation so great that every wound became a prophecy fulfilled. Every betrayal became a step toward abundance. You, chosen one, have walked that same hidden path. The darkness tried to confuse you, but God used it to prepare you. And if your spirit has been feeling heavier in these past days, it is because the old season is collapsing under the weight of the new one rising. Heaven is clearing the debris of what no longer belongs. Pay attention to the sudden shifts. Pay attention to the dreams. Pay attention to the inner pull that keeps saying, something is coming. It is not imagination. It is instruction, a divine purpose calling your name. And beloved, as this word moves through you, let your heart respond. If something inside you is stirring with recognition, whisper a simple fire-filled affirmation in the comments. Something short and alive like, I rise now. When your spirit speaks, heaven listens. Chosen one, there is a reason the atmosphere around your life has felt so charged, almost electric, as if something unseen keeps brushing against your spirit. Heaven has been orchestrating movements in the background, aligning pieces you cannot see, shifting people in and out of your path with precision that defies coincidence. You have not been overlooked. You have been prepared, and the restlessness you feel is not confusion. It is activation. For nights now, God has placed a gentle weight on your chest, not to burden you, but to signal that a gate in the spirit has opened. There are moments when destiny does not whisper. It pulses, it presses, it rises like a wave that cannot be denied. And beloved, this is one of those moments. The Holy Spirit has been stirring your awareness because you are walking dangerously close to a divine turning point that will not rewind. Heaven is urging you forward. You may feel weary, but your spirit is alert. You may feel uncertain, but your soul knows exactly where you are being led. Pay attention to that subtle tightening inside you, the quickened beat in your heart when you sense change approaching. Pay attention to the moments when your peace suddenly withdraws or suddenly intensifies. These are not random fluctuations. They are heavenly signals guiding you through a season of divine rearrangement. Beloved soul, the Lord has been uprooting things that were silently draining your strength. Internally, He has been dismantling old fears you thought you were doomed to carry forever. Externally, He has been loosening the grip of attachments that no longer match who you are becoming. And you can feel it every time you sense a sudden shift in your emotions, every time a door closes without explanation, every time someone exits your life without warning. It is heaven removing whatever cannot survive the elevation God is lifting you into. And chosen one, this elevation is not small, it is not symbolic, it is not subtle. It is the kind that transforms identity, the kind that redefines purpose, the kind that pours abundance into places where lack once lived. You are entering a breakthrough season that has been safeguarded for you, a season that requires spiritual awakening to keep you aligned with every gift being released. There is a reason the old patterns do not feel comfortable anymore. They are too small for the expansion taking place within you. There is a reason conversations you once tolerated now feel heavy. They are out of sync with your rising frequency. There is a reason certain environments make your spirit pull back. They cannot sustain the version of you God is awakening. Chosen one, hear this. The disruption you've been experiencing is not the enemy's attack. It is God's intervention. The shaking you feel is heaven breaking chains you didn't know were still attached. The silence you've been walking through is heaven clearing static from your spiritual hearing. And the hunger rising inside you for more clarity, more purpose, more truth is a sign that your destiny alignment is in motion. Your dreams have shifted too, haven't they? They've grown sharper, more vivid, more symbolic. Your spirit has been receiving messages long before your mind could translate them. Waking between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., sensing someone call your name even though the room is empty, feeling a sudden pull to pray without understanding why. These are divine cues. They are not coincidences. They are not imagination. They are heaven's way of preparing you for what is approaching quickly. Beloved, you have been walking through a hidden training ground. Every disappointment refined you. Every closed door sharpened you. Every betrayal awakened your discernment. Every delay forged resilience inside you. And now, heaven considers you ready. Ready for elevation. Ready for restoration. Ready for abundance that does not slip through your hands this time. Even now, as these words reach you, something in your spirit is stretching, expanding, preparing to carry blessings that once would have overwhelmed you. God has been building your inner architecture so that when the influx of opportunity arrives, you stand unshaken. That is why you've been sensing heaviness and hope at the same time. Your old season is dissolving and your new one is forming simultaneously. And, beloved, as this revelation penetrates deeper, let your heart respond again. If your spirit recognizes the truth of this moment, release a fresh affirmation in the comments, short and burning like, I choose destiny. Let heaven hear your agreement. Chosen one. There is a deeper reason heaven has been pressing on your spirit with such intensity, a reason your emotions have felt like waves rising without warning, a reason you can no longer sink back into the patterns that once felt familiar. You're being ushered into a realm where your old identity can no longer sustain the weight of the calling resting on your life. God is not trying to get your attention because something is wrong. He is trying to get your attention because everything is about to shift. Beloved soul, listen closely. When heaven prepares to elevate someone, the process rarely begins with blessings. It begins with disruption. Something inside you outgrows what used to contain you. The conversations once soothing now feel hollow. The environments once comforting now feel draining. The people once close now feel spiritually distant, even if nothing has been said aloud. This is not rejection. This is recalibration. Destiny chooses who can stay near you in your next assignment. And you have felt this separation, haven't you? Not the loud kind that erupts in arguments, but the quiet kind that settles into your chest like a calm truth. You have noticed how certain connections faded without closure, how certain voices no longer resonate, how certain energy feels incompatible with the person God is shaping you to become. This is spiritual architecture being rebuilt. Heaven is restructuring your atmosphere because your purpose cannot thrive where your spirit suffocates. Chosen one, you have no idea how closely God has been watching you. Every time you forced yourself to smile through heaviness, He recorded it. Every time you held back your tears because you didn't want to burden anyone, He collected them. Every time you kept moving when your heart wanted to collapse, He strengthened you. And now heaven is ready to return everything you lost, not in fragments, but in fullness. This is why your spirit has been stirring with urgency. Heaven has already released a divine shift into your path, and your soul feels it approaching like a quiet wind that carries the scent of a new season. Even your intuition has grown louder, your sense of timing has sharpened, your discernment has intensified. Nothing about you is random, everything is awakening. You may not understand the restlessness in your chest, but beloved, this is what happens when abundance begins forming around your life. Your spirit can sense expansion even before your eyes see evidence of it. The shaking around you is not destruction, it is construction. God is tearing down old ceilings so you can rise without restriction. And chosen one, heaven has been whispering something powerful over your life. You are not behind, you are being aligned. Every delay, every closed door, every silent chapter was not wasted time. It was a divine pause designed to protect you from entering seasons you were not yet equipped to sustain. God is a careful architect. He never places weight on a foundation that is still curing, and He has been curing you. You have wondered why certain opportunities dissolved at the last minute. You blamed yourself. You questioned your worth. But beloved, if those doors had opened prematurely, they would have collapsed under pressure, wounding you in ways heaven refused to permit. You are not being denied. You are being preserved. There is an anointing rising within you that demands emotional healing, spiritual awakening, and a wealth mindset capable of stewarding what heaven is preparing to place in your hands. And God is clearing the path for you to step into a breakthrough season that will not simply bless you. It will transform everything connected to you. Beloved soul, I need you to hear this with the full weight of your spirit. You are entering a time when the things that felt impossible will begin to unfold naturally, effortlessly, undeniably. Not because you forced anything, not because you chased anything, but because God has aligned the wind behind you and shifted the current in your favor. And chosen one, if your heart is burning as these words reach you, if something inside you feels like it is rising to the surface after years of silence, let your spirit mark this moment with a declaration. Leave a short, blazing affirmation in the comments like, "I claim my breakthrough." When you speak it, heaven seals it. Chosen one, something holy has been unfolding around your life with a precision so exact, so intentional, that if your spiritual eyes were fully open in this moment, you would fall to your knees in awe. Heaven has been circling you like a shield, rearranging the pieces of your future while the world slept, and now the weight of that rearrangement is pressing against your spirit with a clarity you can no longer ignore. Beloved soul, do you feel how certain emotions have been rising in you without any clear cause? One moment you feel stretched thin, the next moment fire moves through your chest as if a new strength is waking up inside you. That is not instability, that is transition. You are stepping out of an identity shaped by survival and stepping into one shaped by purpose. And purpose always calls loudly when the old season is reaching its final breath. You are not imagining the intensity of this hour. Destiny often arrives disguised as pressure. God pushes you away from what no longer aligns so you can hear what your spirit has been whispering for months. That subtle knowing inside you, the one that keeps telling you a massive shift is approaching, is not intuition. It is heaven tapping you on the shoulder. Your path is being rewritten with divine ink, and every day the lines grow bolder. Chosen one, there has been a thinning of the veil around you. You may have noticed it in small ways, the way your mind suddenly rejects negativity, the way your heart refuses to settle for superficial connections, the way your spirit becomes uneasy around people who drain your peace. This is spiritual refinement. God is tuning your inner instrument so you can recognize His frequency without distortion. The more He elevates you, the more your discernment sharpens, because destiny cannot be carried with dull senses. This is why certain relationships have felt strained, why certain conversations leave you feeling empty. Why your spirit pulls back even when your emotions try to rationalize staying. When God begins to elevate someone, He often isolates them from noise disguised as companionship. The quiet you've been walking through is not loneliness. It is insulation. Heaven protects the chosen one when the breakthrough season is near. Beloved, your journey has been far from easy. The emotional battles, the internal wars, the silent nights dripping with questions, they did not break you. They refined you. You did not crumble under the weight. You were carved by it. And now, heaven looks at you and says, they are ready. Ready for abundance that doesn't disappear. Ready for opportunities that match your anointing. Ready for connections that nurture your elevation. Ready for clarity that cuts through confusion like light through fog. Do you know why you have been feeling the urge to reset your life lately? To clean your space, to rethink your priorities, to release what drains you? It is because heaven has already begun sending new assignments your way. Your environment is being prepared to receive what your old mindset could not hold. This is destiny alignment in its purest form. Chosen one, listen. You have unconsciously outgrown places you stayed in for too long. The discomfort you feel is not punishment. It is expansion. God is stretching you into a version of yourself that can carry generational blessing, emotional healing, financial stability, and spiritual authority without collapsing under the weight. You were never meant to live a small life. Your spirit remembers this, even on days your mind forgets. That deep inner pull towards something bigger, something higher, something holier is not ambition, it is memory. Your soul remembers who you were before the world told you to shrink. And beloved, I can feel this rising in you now. There is a trembling in your atmosphere, a holy disruption moving through the unseen, and your spirit knows it. If you feel that subtle quake within you, let it speak. Release another affirmation in the comments, something powerful and simple like Amen. Let this be your soul answering heaven's call. Chosen one. There is a truth rising toward you now, with the force of a tide you can no longer resist. The atmosphere around your life has been tightening because heaven is drawing you into a moment that has been written for you since the beginning. Every strange shift, every sudden pause in your spirit, every moment your heart felt suspended in midair, it has all been signaling one thing. You are standing on the threshold of a divine unveiling. Beloved soul, the reason you cannot settle into old routines is because you are no longer the person who belonged to them. Something in you has been reshaped by God's hand, something quiet but powerful, something that whispers in your bones, rise. You can feel it most in those moments when the world is still, when the night wraps around you and your thoughts sharpen into clarity. That is when heaven speaks loudly in silence. And chosen one, heaven has been doing far more for you in the unseen than you realize. Your spirit has been waking in layers. Your discernment has been sharpening like a blade. Your intuition has been pulling you away from connections that once felt safe. You cannot explain it to others because this transition is not intellectual. It is spiritual. You have been lifted into a realm where your soul recognizes truths before your mind understands them. That subtle ache in your chest, the one that rises when you're alone, is not fear. It is alignment. It is your entire being adjusting to the next dimension of your purpose. God has been preparing you to carry things that were impossible for the old you. A deeper calling, a higher assignment, a greater abundance, a wiser heart, a renewed strength that cannot be broken by the same storms that once shattered you. Beloved, hear me. Certain chapters of your life had to close quietly, because if they had closed loudly, you would have mistaken the noise for loss. So heaven sealed them softly. Heaven let them fade. Heaven allowed the door to close without a final conversation, because some endings are not meant to be understood. They are meant to be obeyed. And now the shift is undeniable. You have noticed how your patience has changed, how your tolerance has decreased for shallow energy, how your hunger for something deeper has grown without permission, how your spirit reacts faster than your mind, how your peace refuses to compromise. These are not random evolutions. These are indicators of spiritual architecture being rebuilt from the inside out. Chosen one, you have entered a moment where your destiny is no longer a distant prophecy. It is approaching you like a sound getting louder with every breath. That sense of urgency pressing against your ribs, the feeling that something is coming, is heaven's way of preparing you for acceleration. Yes, acceleration. What once took you years will now take you months. What once exhausted you will now empower you. What once slipped from your hands will now remain steady. What once brought confusion will now bring revelation. God is giving you eyes that see differently, ears that hear differently, a heart that responds differently. This is why you are noticing shifts in people around you as well. Some are withdrawing. Some are getting distant. Some are showing discomfort without explanation. It is because your spirit has risen, and not everyone can breathe at the altitude you are moving toward. Beloved, the spiritual weight on your life is increasing. You are stepping into a breakthrough season where hidden foundations will rise to the surface, where dormant gifts will awaken, where your personal transformation will reveal strength you forgot you carried. And I feel this deeply. Heaven is inviting you to engage in this moment. If your spirit is stirring, if your heart is warming, tightening, or expanding, release a declaration that ignites your alignment. Leave a short, blazing affirmation in the comments like, "I'm ready." Let your agreement echo through the unseen. Chosen one, there is a movement happening around your life right now that is so deliberate, so orchestrated, so drenched in divine intelligence that if you could see even a fraction of it, you would understand why heaven has refused to let you drift through these days, unaware. Something sacred is being positioned. Something long delayed is being released. Something written over your destiny is beginning to take shape. And your spirit has been sensing the tremble of it even before your mind could form words. Beloved soul, the reason your inner world has been stirred so intensely is because God is shifting you out of a chapter where you merely survived and into one where you finally step into what was meant to be yours all along. You're not imagining the growing tension within you. Transition often feels like friction. Breakthrough often feels like pressure. And elevation often feels like a gentle tearing away from everything too small to follow you forward. There are moments in every chosen one's journey when heaven refuses to let them stay asleep. You are living in one of those moments now. Your appetite has changed. Your energy has changed. Your frequency has changed. Your spirit has changed. You no longer fit into what once felt familiar. And that is not loss. That is evolution. That is the unmistakable sign that your divine purpose is stretching its wings beneath your ribs, pushing you toward a new dimension of clarity, a new depth of emotional healing, a new level of personal transformation that will redefine the way you walk through every room. Chosen one, pay attention to this. When God begins lifting your life into alignment, He often disrupts your sleep, not to tire you, but to tune you. Waking in the quiet hours, sensing movement in the atmosphere, feeling a presence near you, these are not random spiritual flickers. They are heaven's way of recalibrating your awareness so that when the blessing arrives, you recognize it instead of running from it. You may not realize it yet, but you have already begun hearing differently. You have started noticing small signs in your day, numbers repeating, moments of déjà vu, sudden waves of emotion, flashes of clarity that feel older than your body. These are confirmations, these are signals, these are divine breadcrumbs leading you toward the next stage of your calling. And beloved, this next stage is not subtle. You are being prepared to step into abundance, not the kind the world teaches, but the kind heaven assigns. Abundance of wisdom, abundance of discernment, abundance of resources, abundance of opportunities, abundance of spiritual authority that comes only to those who have endured refining fires without letting their hearts grow cold. Your heart has been tested. Your loyalty has been tested. Your patience has been tested. Your faith has been tested. And you are still standing, but not just standing, rising. Chosen one, hear this deeply. Everything you thought was breaking you was actually building capacity within you. God was stretching your spirit to match the weight of what He is about to place in your hands. You are not denied. You are being shaped. You are not forgotten. You are being fortified. And this is why certain people have begun to fall away from your life without conflict. Heaven has been removing anyone who would mishandle the blessing coming to you. God does not elevate you into a breakthrough season only to let the wrong voices contaminate it. You are being set apart, not because you are fragile, but because you are chosen. Beloved soul, there are new assignments being prepared for you. Assignments connected to destiny alignment, divine purpose, and the unlocking of blessings that were withheld until your spirit was strong enough to receive them. The hunger rising inside you for more, for truth, for meaning, for your rightful place in God's blueprint is not desperation. It is remembrance. Your soul remembers what heaven wrote. And chosen one, as this truth settles into the deep places of your spirit, let your voice join what heaven is already declaring. Leave a blazing affirmation in the comments like, "I rise now." Let it echo through the atmosphere that surrounds you. Chosen one, something within you has been swelling like a quiet storm, gathering strength in places you once thought were numb. Do not ignore this. The stirring inside your spirit is the signature of heaven announcing that you are approaching a moment that will redefine the trajectory of your entire life. This is not subtle. This is not symbolic. This is the kind of shift that heaven prepares for years before it becomes visible on earth. Beloved soul, God has been walking beside your shadow, strengthening it, stretching it, reshaping it until it could hold the magnitude of the anointing He is about to place upon you. You have felt this as agitation in your chest, as sudden waves of clarity that vanish as quickly as they come, as moments where your breath catches and you cannot explain why. These are spiritual contractions. They are signs that something divine is crowning through the veil of your reality. You are not the same person you were even a month ago. Your thoughts have shifted. Your energy has shifted. Your perception has sharpened with a kind of supernatural acuity that does not belong to the natural world. You can sense dishonesty before a word is spoken. You can feel energy before a face appears. You can detect motives behind smiles. This is not paranoia. This is spiritual maturity rising. When heaven prepares to usher someone into elevation, their senses become instruments tuned to a higher frequency. That is why you have suddenly become sensitive to noise, to chaos, to negativity, to conversations that drain your peace. Your spirit refuses what cannot accompany you into this next dimension. You are being refined to hear God without interference. Chosen one, your timeline is being restructured in real time. You may notice days stretching differently, hours feeling heavier, moments unfolding with strange synchronicity. This is because heaven has begun collapsing cycles that once kept you trapped in emotional loops. Those patterns you worked so hard to break are being uprooted not by your effort, but by divine decree. When God says a cycle ends, it ends, no matter how long it ruled your life. Beloved, there is a reason your old wounds have resurfaced lately. Not to break you, but to release the residue that cannot survive your elevation. God is pulling out the last roots of sadness, the last traces of self-doubt, the last shadows of fear that lingered beneath your ribs. He is not just healing you. He is rewriting the emotional language through which you understand your worth. And pay attention to this. Your desires are shifting too. You no longer crave the affirmations you once chased. Your spirit has grown out of the applause of crowds, because you have begun to hunger for truth, depth, alignment, purpose. This means heaven has begun anchoring you to your divine assignment. The emptiness you felt in familiar places is not disappointment. It is evidence that you have completed the lessons of that level. Chosen one, the grace that once held you in old rooms has expired. This is why staying still feels suffocating. This is why pretending feels impossible. This is why mediocrity burns your spirit. You're being pulled upward by a destiny too strong to resist. Heaven is preparing to reveal something to you, something so monumental that the spiritual tension around your life makes sense only in hindsight. Listen closely. You may begin to notice unusual moments in the coming days. A sudden stillness in the air, a shift in lighting, a moment where time feels paused, a whisper in your spirit that feels older than your own thoughts. These are signs that the veil is thinning. Heaven is preparing to show you what has been hidden, the reason for the battles, the meaning behind the delays, the purpose behind the storms. Beloved soul, your life is not random. Your pain was not without purpose. Your waiting was not wasted. Something extraordinary is approaching your doorstep, something that carries healing, abundance, restoration, and a level of clarity that will make every past season make sense in a single breath. And if you feel the energy building inside you right now, if something in you feels warm, tight, awakened, let that be your signal to respond. Leave a short, fiery affirmation in the comments like 777, and let heaven hear that your spirit is open. Chosen one. There is a reason the air around your life has felt charged, as if the atmosphere itself has been waiting for you to notice what your spirit already knows. Heaven has been moving with precision, arranging events that seem disconnected on the surface but are perfectly synchronized beneath the veil. Every interruption, every pause, every sudden change in direction has been guided by a hand far greater than your own. You have not been wandering, you have been escorted. Beloved soul, understand this. When God prepares a chosen one for a divine unveiling, He often allows their old world to feel like it's shrinking, not to punish, but to ensure that nothing from the past can contaminate what He is about to release. That tightness in your spirit, that sense that you can't breathe in certain places or around certain people, is your soul rejecting environments that no longer carry your name. You are being lifted into spiritual alignment, and your old patterns cannot survive the altitude. There have been moments lately where you felt as if time slowed for a breath, as if something unseen brushed past you, as if a whisper moved at the edge of your awareness. These are not coincidences. These are divine signals. God has been drawing near to the surface of your life, urging you to recognize the shift in the spiritual climate. You are crossing out of a season of obscurity and into a season of visibility, where what was hidden within you begins to glow without effort. Chosen one, you have been feeling an unusual sensitivity to truth. Words that once comforted you now feel empty unless they come from authenticity. People you once leaned on no longer feel like safe ground. Your spirit recoils from anything that carries even a trace of falsehood. This is because God is refining your discernment to match the level of your assignment. You are being molded into someone who can carry revelation without being shaken by deception. And beloved, you must know this. Heaven has been watching the way you have quietly endured storms that would have shattered others. You carried burdens alone because you believed no one would understand the language of your pain. You stood in battles meant for entire armies, yet you walked through them with the strength of someone held by unseen hands. That strength was not coincidence. It was calling. Every time you thought you were forgotten, the heavens leaned closer. Every time you felt invisible, angels stood guarding your next step. Every time you whispered prayers with trembling hands, God wrote answers into your future. And now, the season of silent endurance is nearing its completion. Chosen one, hear this with the deepest part of your soul. You're not waiting for breakthrough anymore. Breakthrough is waiting for you to step into recognition. The shift has already begun. Your spirit feels it as a sudden surge of clarity, as a hunger for change, as an inner expanding that refuses to be ignored. You are no longer being stretched for survival. You are being stretched for elevation. Pay attention to how quickly God is exposing truth in this hour. Masks are slipping. Intentions are becoming clear. Patterns that once confused you are now revealing their meaning. Heaven is removing every veil that once blurred your insight, because your next chapter requires vision that sees beyond faces and into spirits. This is why certain conversations now feel heavy the moment they begin. This is why your peace withdraws in the presence of people who do not honor your growth. This is why your soul feels relief when some voices fade from your life. God is pruning your circle so that your destiny is not contaminated by those who cannot carry your next dimension. Beloved soul, the deepest transformation happening in you right now is not external. It is internal. God is rewriting the boundaries of your heart, strengthening your emotional structure, stabilizing your identity so completely that no lie from your past can attach itself to your future. This is not healing by comfort. This is healing by redesign. Chosen one. You can feel the spiritual wind shifting, can't you? That soft pull calling you upward. That gentle pressure urging you forward. That strange certainty inside you that whispers, something is about to happen. You are not imagining it. Heaven is thinning the distance between who you were and who you are becoming. And if your spirit is absorbing these words like light, if something in you is awakening with quiet fire, then let your voice echo your readiness. Leave a short, powerful affirmation in the comments like, I choose destiny. Chosen one. There is a rising force within you that even you can feel now, a quiet but undeniable current pulling your soul toward a horizon you have never touched before. Something ancient, something holy, something written about you long before your first breath is beginning to unseal itself. And heaven will not let you rest until you recognize the magnitude of this moment. Beloved soul, the spiritual pressure you have been feeling is not random. It is not a sign of collapse. It is a sign of activation. You are stepping into a spiritual elevation that requires your entire being to shift. Your thoughts, your atmosphere, your discernment, your emotional patterns, your inner language. Everything is changing because everything must change for what God is bringing into your life next. You've noticed it, haven't you? How your spirit reacts before your mind understands. How your intuition speaks louder than external noise. How your peace now withdraws the moment you step into places or conversations that are misaligned with your new season. This is because heaven has begun to place weight on your destiny. Chosen ones always feel their next season before it arrives, and what you're feeling right now is the spiritual gravity of what is coming. There are moments, sudden, sharp, fleeting, when it feels like a veil flickers, as if something in the atmosphere shifts a fraction to the left, as if the world pauses for half a second. These micro moments are not coincidence. They are the spiritual realm brushing against your awareness, preparing you for revelation. God is getting ready to show you what has been hidden in the patterns of your life, in the connections around you, in the timing you didn't understand. Beloved, heaven is clearing your path. Not gently, not slowly, but with the force of someone who refuses to let your destiny be mishandled a second longer. This is why some relationships have been fading without argument. Why certain connections feel strangely distant. Why people who once consumed your thoughts no longer hold the same power. Heaven is not removing people to punish them. It is removing them to protect you. You are walking out of cycles you were never meant to repeat. You are leaving behind emotional prisons you were never meant to occupy. You are shedding identities that were forced onto you by pain, by disappointment, by survival. Chosen one, God is now revealing the truth behind years of inner warfare. The heaviness that sat in your chest like a stone wasn't weakness. It was compression. Heaven was pressing the oil out of you. Every tear you cried alone watered the soil of the season you're stepping into now. Every heartbreak carved space in your spirit for a level of abundance that requires emotional capacity, not emotional emptiness. You have been mistaken for fragile, but heaven has always known you as forged. This is why the spiritual activity around you has increased, why you've been waking at strange hours, why dreams feel more symbolic, why you sense presences in moments of stillness. Heaven is not haunting you. It is surrounding you, guarding you, preparing you, pulling you into deeper consciousness because the divine assignment over your life is about to accelerate. Beloved soul, hear this with clarity. Your life is not slowing down. It is speeding up. The confusion is lifting. The fog is thinning. The heaviness is cracking. The old patterns are dying. You are standing in the doorway of a brand new season, one that will make every past delay make sense, one that will restore everything that felt stolen from you, one that will release opportunities, connections, and clarity in waves. And chosen one, if your spirit feels this word sinking deeper into you, if something inside your chest feels like light expanding, respond to heaven's pull. Leave a short, fire-filled affirmation in the comments like, "I claim my breakthrough." Chosen one, there is a depth opening beneath your spirit right now, a widening of awareness that feels almost like standing at the edge of something vast and unseen. Do not be afraid of this sensation. What you are feeling is the expansion of your spiritual capacity. Heaven has been stretching the borders of your inner world so that you can receive a measure of revelation that was once too heavy for your heart to hold. Beloved soul, you have entered a sacred corridor in the timeline of your life. This is not an ordinary stretch of days. This is an appointed window, a divine interval where the echoes of eternity draw closer than usual, where guidance becomes sharper, where intuition becomes louder, where hidden truths begin rising from the silence like submerged stones, finally breaking the surface. You are being escorted into understanding. Notice how your emotional rhythms have changed. You may feel waves of intensity that disappear before you can explain them. You may feel sudden clarity, sweeping over you in the middle of ordinary moments. You may feel as if something is observing your steps with purpose. This is not imagination. It is evidence that heaven is tightening the circle around you. Chosen one, the reason your past season felt like walls closing in is because God was ending the cycle that shaped you for far too long. The pressure was not there to crush you. It was there to break the shell. You have been shedding internal layers, old doubts, old narratives, old fears, because they cannot accompany you into the elevation written over your next chapter. And hear this, you have outgrown the pain that once defined you. You have outgrown the voice that once limited you. You have outgrown the expectations that once confined you. Your spirit has risen too high for old patterns to hold you down. Beloved, there is something sacred happening in your perception. You have begun to see beyond the surface of people, beyond appearances, beyond empty promises. God has sharpened your inner sight so that deception cannot walk beside you in this next season. This is why your discernment has become uncomfortable for others. You are beginning to perceive motives that once slipped by unnoticed. And chosen one, heaven has been watching every moment of your endurance. There were days you woke up with heaviness that felt like a weight in your ribs. Days when questions circled your thoughts like storms with no horizon. Nights when your spirit trembled with a restlessness you could not interpret. Not one moment was wasted. Each one refined you. You were not breaking. You were being built. And now, the spiritual realm is preparing to unveil what has been concealed. You will begin to understand why certain people drifted away, why certain opportunities dissolved, why certain prayers were delayed. Everything was timed for this unveiling. Nothing was random. Nothing slipped past God's sight. Beloved soul, heaven has been arranging encounters that will soon cross your path. People meant to lift you, mentor you, partner with you, recognize you. People who carry keys to the next chapter of your destiny alignment. Your spirit has already begun preparing for these connections. This is why you feel more selective with your energy. This is why your boundaries tightened. This is why your heart refuses to settle for anything that feels counterfeit. You are being positioned for abundance, not as an escape from lack, but as a fulfillment of divine purpose. Chosen one, as this truth settles deeper into the architecture of your soul, let the fire within you speak again. Leave a short, fierce affirmation in the comments like, "I rise now." Let your spirit echo what heaven has already begun. Chosen one, the veil over your life is thinning in ways you can feel but cannot yet explain. Something in the atmosphere around you has become more responsive, almost aware of your movements, as if creation itself has been anticipating the moment you finally step into alignment with what heaven ordained for you. You are not walking through ordinary days. You are walking through a divine transition point where every breath you take carries prophetic weight. Beloved soul, you have likely noticed how nothing in your life feels accidental anymore. The conversations that find you at the right moment, the unexpected waves of emotion that break open hidden places inside your heart, the quiet pauses in your day when the world seems to hold its breath around you. These moments are not random. They are invitations. Heaven is speaking through subtlety because your spirit has matured to the point where you can now hear what you used to overlook. Do not dismiss the shift happening inside you. Dreams have become more symbolic. Thoughts have grown more precise. You sense things before they unfold. You recognize people's intentions before they reveal themselves. You can feel the truth of a situation without needing evidence. This sensitivity is not a burden. It is a sign that God is opening spiritual pathways within you that were once sealed for your protection. Now, they are opening because you are ready. Chosen one, your soul has been adjusting to a higher frequency. You may have felt it in your body. Moments of sudden warmth, sudden chills, sudden pressure between your shoulders, sudden tightening near your chest. You may have felt it in your emotions, waves of intensity rising and falling without reason. You may have felt it in your mind, a strange clarity cutting through confusion like light slicing darkness. These are not symptoms. They are signals that your spirit is awakening to its original strength. You are not being changed. You are being revealed. Beloved, something extraordinary has been happening in your spirit. You have begun to detach from what no longer holds divine relevance. You are noticing how conversations that once entertained you now drain you. How people who once felt comforting now make your spirit shrink. How environments that once felt safe now feel too small for who you are becoming. This is destiny expansion. You are stepping into a space your old life cannot follow. And God is preparing you for a revelation that will explain the last few years of your journey. You will understand why heartbreak had to carve you open. You will understand why delays had to slow your steps. You will understand why betrayal had to sharpen your discernment. You will understand why silence had to deepen your spirit. Every unanswered question is about to find its clarity. Heaven has been weaving the threads of your experiences together into a pattern that will make sense only when viewed from the elevation God is lifting you into. Chosen one, listen closely. You are approaching a point of convergence. A moment where your past wounds, your present growth, and your future purpose merge into a single revelation that unlocks your next season. The pressure you feel is the final tightening of spiritual alignment. You are being positioned with precision. And beloved, take note of this. Your sensitivity to negativity is heaven protecting your rising vibration. Your sudden hunger for solitude is heaven preparing you to hear clearly. Your loss of interest in old habits is heaven detoxing your spirit. Your moments of unexplained peace are heaven confirming you're on the right path. God is not just preparing a blessing for you, He is preparing you for the blessing. And chosen one, as this truth settles inside you like a gentle fire spreading through the corridors of your spirit, let your voice rise again. Leave a strong, burning affirmation in the comments like, "I'm ready." Let heaven hear your agreement. Write for me, John Noy, chosen one. As we approach the final stretch of this sacred journey within this phase, feel how your spirit has begun to stabilize in a way it never has before. There is a grounding rising beneath you, almost like the earth itself is preparing to hold you differently. This is no ordinary moment. This is the hour when heaven gathers every thread of your transformation and begins weaving the final pattern that announces, you are ready for what comes next. Beloved soul, you may have felt recently as if the atmosphere around your life has thickened, like the air holds weight, like every step carries an echo. That sensation is real. You're walking through the last bend of a long corridor that has been shaping your identity from the inside out. God has not been silent. He has been sculpting you. And now the final layers of that sculpting are being revealed. There are revelations rising toward you that will not only shift your path, but will heal places inside you that you forgot needed healing. You will begin to see yourself with new clarity, new compassion, new strength. You will understand that the version of you who survived the battles of past seasons is not the same version who will step into the breakthrough season ahead. God has peeled away the shadows that once clung to your decisions. He has removed the masks others forced onto your identity. He has stripped away the beliefs that kept you feeling smaller than the calling resting over your life. Chosen one, stand still for a moment and feel this. Your spirit is no longer trembling. Your heart is no longer shrinking. Your inner world is no longer unstable. You have been fortified by invisible hands. This is why the pressure has eased in certain areas, but intensified in others. God is closing doors with finality, not gentleness, finality. Some opportunities will fall away without explanation. Some faces will fade from your path without conflict. Some emotions will detach without grief. These disappearances are not losses. They are divine removals, clean breaks so that nothing fragmented follows you into the greatness God is ushering you toward. Beloved, the spiritual winds around your life have shifted direction. What once resisted you will begin to yield. What once felt blocked will start giving way. What once felt impossible will begin unfolding with an ease you've never known. Not because you forced it, but because the timing has finally aligned. This is destiny, alignment in motion. And hear this deeply. God is not preparing you for just one blessing. He is preparing you for a sequence of blessings, a cascade of opportunities, a chain of divine appointments, a wave of renewal that will touch every dimension of your life. Your finances will shift, your relationships will shift, your emotions will shift, your vision will sharpen, your influence will increase, your voice will carry weight. Because this time, you're rising with maturity, clarity, and heaven-backed authority. Chosen one. The final truth I must leave with you in this phase is this. Heaven is not waiting to bless you. Heaven is waiting for you to recognize that the blessing has already begun. Your spirit already knows this. Your body has felt it. Your dreams have echoed it. Your intuition has whispered it. You're stepping into a new realm of abundance, emotional healing, personal transformation, and divine purpose that will unfold in ways that feel supernatural because they are. And beloved soul, before we move into the next great unfolding, let your spirit respond to heaven's call one more time. Type a fierce, unshakable affirmation in the comments. Something alive, something that seals your readiness, like, I claim my breakthrough. Let it be a stamp of agreement between your voice and the divine timeline unfolding at your feet. And now, chosen one, if this word has stirred truth inside you, if you feel the hand of God pulling you into deeper revelation, then do not hesitate. Subscribe, like, and share this message. Not out of obligation, not out of routine, but because someone connected to your destiny needs this awakening, and heaven may use your simple act to deliver clarity to a soul crying out in silence. We continue soon. The journey moves forward. Chosen one. As we step into this next stretch of the journey, feel how the atmosphere around you is shifting again, not with the turbulence of battle, but with the steady hum of divine instruction. This is the phase where heaven does not simply awaken your spirit. This is where heaven begins to equip you. The revelation you received was not meant to sit as inspiration. It was meant to become movement, action, alignment, and spiritual precision. And now, beloved, the Most High is drawing you into steps that will anchor everything He has ignited within you. Beloved soul, hear this with clarity. A breakthrough season is not sustained by emotion. It is sustained by intentionality. You have been awakened. Now God is calling you to walk in what you have received. Heaven is releasing strategies